I'll edit that out maybe.
No.
Sometimes I keep it in, man, just to go for it. Right guys, welcome back to Imagination Station Network. We are here with another amazing guest and we've been sitting talking off camera. It's brilliant that how we are all connected in the creative world. So I will stop talking and I'll get you to introduce yourself.
Hiya, I'm Amanda Hamilton, creative based in Hoyk, and I'm obviously the founder of Amanda Hamilton Creations.
Excellent. And if straight into it, if you're not following Amanda, please go over to our Facebook and our social media and follow her. We share a lot of clients. That sounds wrong, but we share a lot of clients and we were talking about stuff like that. So even before we start doing the podcast, we literally just we start talking and you start to realise that, like, are you up in Hoyk?
Yeah. So
you're up in Hoyk and we're in Berwick and Kelso, but it just shows you how far the creative, what's what am I trying to say, James? When you're putting your stuff out there, everything comes together with the same people.
Yeah.
So, right, thank you very much. So we start off by just asking, how's your day?
Great, because I slept well. It started well. So.
Maybe I should say, how's your morning? It's 10:15 in the morning. How's your day? Well, it's just started.
It just started, but I slept well, so all good.
Good. I just think with that we do have a tendency to find out how somebody is in that day. We go straight in and have an idea.
And how about yourself? How are you?
I'm good, man. Yesterday I went for a swim in the sea.
Amazing.
I only learned to swim 2 years ago, so it was good, aye. And I'll tell you the story that I had to come home with another man's shorts.
Oh, gross. That's an interesting story.
So thanks very much, Robert. I didn't bring any clean drawers, but I am up the road with his and I was holding on to them like a wee boy like that because they're too big for me.
That's class.
So, so that's my story for yesterday. But I am doing good, thanks.
Good.
So, me and Amanda, we pass in places and I always have a wee nosy and see and. Well, before we go into the what Amanda does in her painting and stuff, it's great to have another creative. I think you're the first artist that we've had.
Oh, really?
Aye, you're the first artist, so it's nice to show another artist where what the studio was.
So listen, I'm so inspired.
Like we said down the stairs, it's like the studio exists because doors were closed on me, so we decided to create our own world, and it's not a negative. It's I think, and you see the way I talk to somebody who's I'm from Ayrshire, but it's close to my accent. Yeah. I realise I say like all the time. That's not what we say in Ayrshire.
No, I haven't noticed.
I don't say like. Anyway, I did in the last podcast as well. But anyway, so thanks very much for coming. It is nice to have a creative like yourself who. I'm trying not to go straight onto the painting, but literally that's what I'm trying to do. I've just had a cup of tea and everybody knows that I get excited. But if you can tell us, the idea of the podcast is, one, for me to try and shut up and let you guys talk, but two, it's to show the creative journey for your perspective. Yeah.
Well, like if you see on my bio on Instagram or Facebook, I obviously launched my painting more full time after I lost my mum suddenly. Oh. So it's nearly coming up 10 years since I lost my mum. However, at the time, you basically feel like you're torn inside out. Yeah. You wear your heart outside your body, you're walking along, your world stops, but everybody else is still going on. Being able to survive in that, even in a corporate world, and I was in early education at that point. And like I said to you downstairs, I had some toxic people around me at that point who, when I went home at night, I just felt like the energy had drained. They'd sucked it so much out of my body at that point when I was depleted already. And I had people telling me that death was a part of life, and yes, it is. However, the impact, because I was so close to my mum, was enormous. And when I had work colleagues telling me to paint on my smile and just get on with it, if I can't give 100%, then I'm then doing a sort of disservice to the little people I was working with at that point. And then I started dreaming of my mum telling me, do something with your art. I've always been arty, I always did it. I mean, I did 10 years when I came out of school. Art college was on the horizon, however, life circumstances at the time made me take a different direction. My art teacher helped me get into ceramic art. So I painted like ceramic ornaments. Lasted 10 years until I was made redundant. So that brought out the creativity that I absolutely loved. It just gave me the bug for painting. And then came to fast forward a few years, I had to retrain, I had to go and do more qualifications after being made redundant. So I do believe there's times in life where you just have to take a leap into something else that you don't know anything about, which led me doing the road of working with kids and then working with children who'd suffered traumas, which I feel at that point in my life was great. I needed that. I needed to give back, but also immersion in that point, a lot of creativity because it's with children, so you can do it on their level rather than your own. But I still felt something was missing because I was drawn to always doing art when I could and have a moment of peace and quiet. And that's what I did as a kid. Whenever I was in a busy household, I would be take myself away to the corner and do a wee drawing or stuff like that. So yeah.
You know, I'm nodding my head and I'm saying it's just like we're so close to my story, so similar. Because I lost my mother, and like literally, you would find me at the side of the room just doodling or hiding under my cabin bed, drawing and away from people. So it just shows you, escape the reality that we live in. But now in the big bad world, in the business side, but even when I first met you, like the energy you've got is great. You put it like when you meet people and you put it out there, it kind of puts me at a calmness. Because I'm not over trying, because I don't know you, to talk to you, but when you meet somebody with the same energy, then you're like, it calms, it gives me like a calmness in my day. So, and fair play, man, like we said, there's sometimes that you need to take that risk. I'm all about the risk, because if you don't, then you'll never know. It's true though, you'll never know what you're capable of if you don't put yourself through.
And like you were talking about the fear that comes and taking a leap. I had been employed all my life, taking that leap into not knowing what your earnings are going to be, and then you learn. Actually, I launched Amanda Huntley Creations with 500 quid.
Wow.
Because I had a lot of materials anyway, because I painted and doodled and done drawings for kids on the walls and in my family and stuff. You know, I remember with my brother when he was a kid, him and all his pals lining up to get tattoos drawn on with felt pens. You know, and I wasn't good. I was a kid myself, you know, because he's only like a year.
Your life acted been a different job, you know that. But Amanda Hamlin's tattooing kids.
Not at this moment. I'm not. When I was a child myself. But it was just like felt pens, and then like every time I needed a break from, I'm a twin as well, so nothing was sacred. Everything was shared, you know, and I always took myself away to do my own little thing, drawing and something.
Identical twin?
No, not identical. Twin sister.
Twin sister.
She's 12 minutes older than me.
Right.
Not identical.
That's a long time to be older than you, man.
I wish we'd been identical. Because I would have had so much fun at school.
Do you know what? I always wanted an identical brother so that I could dress him and see what I actually look like with the clothes on. And I'm like, because it's not the same if you dress somebody else, man. Plus, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
But that, I think, just having that art for me was my escape when I needed a bit of peace and quiet.
And I can totally relate to that. It is literally the only time that I am, apart from doing this, like, that I am truly alright with myself, if that makes sense. Like, it's harder when it's a commission, and that's why I don't do an awful lot of them. But when it's just for me, you can't see there, but you see the mess behind there on the desk. That's like 10 projects in there, and I'm like, well, I'm bloody. But to have the opportunity and have that, you know, you should give yourself a massive bit of kudos, because people sometimes never find that skill level. Forget about the skill level of art, because your art is amazing. The skill level to say to yourself that, you know, I do this because it's for me. And that's not an awful lot of creatives have that, to go, permission, that's what I'm trying to say. To give yourself permission to go, I've done that and I'm alright with that. Artists will always go through the ugly stage in their paintings, but I mean in general for yourself to go, I created that. Knowing that it didn't exist before you created it is a massive thing, man. And it's like, if that's my one job in the world, is to tell creatives and myself, mind, because when I'm telling you that, I'm also having to tell myself it. Because we can get too busy getting lost in the, I need to do that, the money, this and that.
Yeah.
We also come from humble beginnings, and
Yep.
we still do. I said to the guy, if it comes about money, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't have it coming about money because I'm doing it because it gives me the silence. And it's just that
it's part of your recovery.
It is.
Yeah.
People don't realise that you're sitting there for hours and you're doing stuff, which will also bring me on to my next thing. Is like, when you're sitting and you're painting and you're doing stuff, that's a bit of you you're giving away. That isn't easy. I don't know if you're the same. It is, aye. And it's, I can paint something and then be like that. You see them, they're hanging up there, and I'm like, they're not for, they're for people, but they're not for people. Because I want to keep it. Because it meant so much, or it took me on a journey, and it really means a lot to me. And I have aha moments. I've sent it in another podcast, and I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And that release is something that nothing else on the planet will match it.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still quite paranoid about pricing and people, and I'm like, oh, that's why I don't do markets anymore. Because
I still do. It's a kind of good way.
Do you do Paxton?
No, I've never done it yet.
Look at Paxton, your stuff would do really well there.
It's a midweek one, so I need to get a dog sitter because we've got 2 old dogs. And the reason, you know what, we adopted 2 dogs after I started working from home, because so it just shows you the ripple effects in that, because we would never have done that if I'd still been in a full-time job. So we've got little dogs from Borders Pet Rescue.
Oh.
Nearly coming up 15 and 13 tomorrow.
Brilliant. What's their names?
Alfie and Molly.
Happy birthday, Alfie and Molly. Hope you get loads of bones and some nice wee doggy treats.
So my husband, obviously, he's my biggest cheerleader now because my mum's not here anymore.
In my mind, I had him there in a wee outfit. I can't wait to see that.
If you go on my Facebook page, no, on Instagram, there's a wee video of him as a naked chef.
Oh wow.
In one of my bikinis. Barry.
I'm going to have a look at this Barry. I'm going to share it everywhere.
It's on Instagram. We did it for a laugh, but he's so good at like just saying, come on, let's get a wee something on.
Yeah. It's nice. It sounds like you've got a #1 fan there, and that's nice because you need the encouragement.
It's the imposter syndrome.
Yes.
That you struggle with. I think, like you said earlier about the corporate world of art and how pretentious it can be, how a lot of snobbery was around it when I was growing up. And
glad you're putting it in a politer way than I can.
There was.
Yeah.
You mean you had to go to art and get a degree, art college, and get a degree and to do this and do that, and I'm just like, I just think, clear the way. You know, there's other people that have got things that they can bring to the world without needing a piece of paper to say. So that's what I would say to sort of my younger self is, just do it, because
everybody loves a Nike advert. Everybody loves a Nike advert on this couch. Just do it.
Just do it. But or just go for it. Just try. Because if you didn't try, then you're going to fail. So. And
if you don't try, you've already failed.
Yeah.
Before you even kick the ball, man. But you're saying all this stuff, man. It just looks like a different version of me, a female version of me sitting there. It's like. But if we don't hear these things, this is the whole idea of how these couches and how this podcast has came about, is because we need to be telling people, and it's not us being pretentious, it's coming from a place of care. Because you already said as well, like, working with kids and that, if we don't show them how we can do it, are we truly humans? Are we truly humanised by our actions, by But when you meet artists like yourself who have put all into it, it's nice. It's a nice feeling to know that
it wasn't easy.
No.
Never easy, because like you say, the self-doubt gets into your head and you think, can I do that? And then probably back in about 2017, 2018, when I kind of had the first almost year just sitting and painting, finding my way and saying, if I could give a piece of art or sell a piece of art to someone who wasn't related to me or a family friend, and that was kind of my main, when I spoke to a lady from Business Gateway, and they were like, you can only get funding if you've got a proper business plan. At that point I was in the deepest part of my grief after losing my mum. And I just thought, can I plan beyond tomorrow? No, I can't. I need to just be able to see what I could do. And like I said, I had 500 quid, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put that into setting it up, not getting any funding whatsoever, see where it goes. Yes, I'm kind of 8 years in now. I don't, you say, am I selling out by doing certain things? Because you want integrity. And like you see on my art, I've got my little saltire heart on there. Can you see him on there?
Is that your wee thing? We put a wee...
Yes.
Oh, right.
My wee saltire heart. It's on all my art. And basically when I was a wee lassie, I used to always draw a squiggly heart on my art. And my mum would say, what's that? And I'd just be like, it's my heart. You know, it's obviously it's my heart.
Yeah.
And obviously because this came about in the memory of my mum, I thought my heart needs to go in it, and I'm Scottish.
That's brilliant.
So I'm Scottish and I put my heart into my heart.
It's like a wee... I'll be looking out for that now, because I have been following your stuff for a wee while. Maybe not... We go to a lot... Well, we did used to go to a lot of markets. I used to see you pop up all the time.
Yeah.
And I would go a wee wander, and I hate crowds.
Right.
But I find solace in other people's work.
Yeah.
So I would sit and I would look for a person who... And it's weird how now you're on the couch, who was as close to something that I had done.
Yeah.
Because I was saying earlier, like our wee cows, Jaggy and Haggy, who I'm sitting on the cushion, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in business, because they were the ones that kept us going when we had nothing.
It's amazing though.
But humble, you're a humble person. It's everybody that comes on this podcast. I don't choose them. I've got a list. I'm not going to lie. I have a list. It's only pre-rehearsed thing I have. But they're no in order.
Why is he choosing me?
He's only in order. He's in chronological order of when I have seen these.
Okay.
And I have a plan that isn't a plan, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when somebody pops up, I take that as a message. I don't know if you're still the same. It's like the other night, and I get the hairs in the back of my neck sharing things like this. So I'm in the shower. It's not like that kind of story. I was in the shower and I coughed, and the light came on.
Okay.
And I always think there's a wee message from Mum saying you're on the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and I do get quite emotional talking about it, but they wee things, I never let them go past me. It's like opportunities, I never let them go past for me, or if anybody who's in my circle, I never let that pass, because you only get one shot. And
always
if we don't
say
take it,
with an opportunity as well, you never know until you walk through the door. If it's not for you, turn around and come back up with you.
Exactly. So I'm going to share this one. I haven't shared this with the world for a while, but I always used to say, never judge a book by its cover, right? That's one, you know.
Yeah.
And do you know why? Because you could walk into that library and pick a book up, and that book's being swapped with a different cover, and you don't know what you're getting inside.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
You heard it here first. That's one of James Alexander Gaffney's. But you're fascinating because, like, and you know, the reason why I knew you were going to be a lot like me, and we were synchronised, we were wearing pink earlier, and it's like just synchronised up people, because I messaged you and you messaged straight away.
Yeah, it's seen
like,
it, popped on, and I
it's
was like, oh, who's this?
And that's, for me, that's important, because I might want to retract that message, being neurodivergent, which I very rarely do, but...
Which I didn't know though, when you sent the message, so I didn't know all that about
you. So you put enough energy out there, and the people will come. What's that film? Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But I think my art's turned into my armour.
Oh, aye.
You know,
totally
without it, what am I now?
But you're still you. It's like your personality is the art. Like I say, like there's not been anything like you sat on the couch. There's like creatives. Yes, we're all the same in a certain way. As in, like, we have the same blueprints. A lot of us have the same kind of story. Like the ones that we have a lot of the same story. But when you meet somebody like yourself who's so genuine, we've only known you less than an hour, and we're sitting here and we're talking about stuff that you wouldn't normally talk to somebody in a cafe with. That makes me feel good, because it means the journey's on the right path. Yeah. And if we were to sit here and talk about, I make this amount of money, that amount of money, what's money got to do with when you make yourself feel good?
Being a creative, if you're money driven, you'll go down all the wrong roads. That's my belief. I feel like mine has been really organic. I don't need to make lots of money. I'm comfortable enough. Got a house that me and my husband and the dogs need. That's all we need. I'm no money driven at all, which wouldn't work. It doesn't go hand in hand with being a wee artist sitting in your little home studio that we converted from an old conservatory to what I'm doing now. It's tiny. It's half the size of this, you know, and I don't care. I produce things that I love, and if it's something I don't, then it'll get put away somewhere until want to go
one
back.
of these spaces, that's what you can't see behind there.
But even that, like, I do commissions as well. However, and when I get just to paint, because it's what I love. because that's when I can bring my quirkiness out and all my little...
And these are brilliant. Let's have a look at these, because you brought a couple along that are mega. A lot of... Amanda's just a wee bit with me and she's carrying them up the stairs. I was like, yes, let's just get recording the now. These are yours, so you tell us what's what, and if you want to start with.
Do you want to start? Well, obviously the biggest one on my journey, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera because of the cellophane.
I'll get up and put it on.
But this one's called In Pieces. See it?
Aye.
This was obviously part of my journey after my mum died. And I kept dreaming of this shadowy figure taking something away from me, and I thought, well, I tune into my dreams. And I just thought, this is a message. And then I seen it had wings, and then I dreamt recurrently a few nights in a row to then see it was taking a part of my heart away. So I had to get it down on a canvas, which is obviously in honour of my mum. It's in my house. And then had a couple of people that I knew who'd lost people who asked if I could get a couple of prints made.
See?
So I've only made 25 and that's it, there's no more.
See, and like, that puts it out there. They're different. If you're going to paint for money, and it just shows you that when you tell that story to the people, with the right people, they'll find the right people. I find that when you paint something that's there, and, okay, it might either live on your wall or it might hide in a folder, the time is right that somebody will find that. I've yet to be proven wrong with these ones that mean, because it's not just about sitting there and painting and putting stuff in. Yes, it's part of the process. But you're painting a wee bit of grief, you're painting a bit of happiness, you're painting something of you, and then you're putting your stamp on it. Yeah. And then that finds that person.
Yeah. And it's bittersweet, like you say yourself, you lost your mum and she's never seen what you've now created, and that's the bittersweet part for myself as well, because my mum would absolutely be loving the fact that I did something with my art, because that was the way it came about. I kept dreaming that she was telling me a message, you know, so.
And that's wee messages, man. I'm glad you said that, because it is just like, if like my pals call me a sign hunter, I'm like, I'm not a sign hunter. It just happened, and I just tell you the story. Yeah. It's like, but there is wee things there, and it's like, so everybody's all right with the. So let me explain it. I'm in that heap part of my brain. So if somebody says like, how do you believe in that? I said, you believe because it's for me. Yeah. That's my wee personal things. But if you believe that there's the wee feather floats past, and because that's an old man, and somebody like, that's somebody looking after me. I'm like, I'm not going to say it is or it isn't. Yeah. But you've got a certain element of trust in the world that is, like, we buy bread, and that bread's got a date on it. Yeah. You're trusting that somebody's made sure that date is the right date, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So it's the same principle, aye. But
just being connected to the spiritual side helps in your art, I think, as well, or does with me. Yeah. Not overly spiritual, however, I think you can tap into the universe and you see the signs at the right time. Or you maybe don't, and that's why it occurs. You know, I think that was in my dream. It kept saying, look, you've not done it, you've not acted on it yet, so I'm showing you again.
But it's set the path, it's lit the path up for you. It's fascinating though, that you've got an element of trust. We'll talk about fear, but there's an element of trust there. Yeah. By trusting yourself, to giving yourself permission is the word I was looking for. You gave yourself permission to, one, grieve for your mum, which is absolutely fine for everybody, but in your own way, which led you to creating something and creating it, because the extra bonus for that is that you get to say, you know, she'll be proud of me.
She definitely would, and that's probably one of the biggest drivers keeping me going and doing it. You know, even when your bills are coming in and you're like, ooh, have I sold enough this month, or you know, and that for me is the downside of it.
It's the money.
However, it's just the corporate world, isn't it? And we all live in it. However, I'm great at tightening my belt when I need to.
That's it, because we've got no, we've not got. And that's
and I love what I do. Like I love painting. I just love it.
You can tell, man. It's like, even when I see a post as well, and then like I say, we share clients, and I love it when you see them when they share stuff, and I'm like, there's that Amanda again. That must be the time must be the time to get you in to do something like this. So
that's amazing.
We're eternally thankful. Obviously, we've got stuff we'll talk about off camera as well, but I'm still interested because I love your coups, man. Everybody knows I love a healing coup. So, we'll go the healing coups. Who's this?
My steampunk one. He's called Arthur Conan Doyle.
Brilliant.
Only because I like steampunk, and me and my friends used to organise fancy dress parties when we were younger and stuff, and So dressing up in a different era is, you know, again, makes yourself invisible to the world, but you're presenting yourself as something else.
You'd love Roz.
So that's why he came about, but I like things that have got a bit of history, old-fashioned, vintage.
You seen my hats? You've seen all my hats? I'm on the outside, but I've got hats.
In the bag, that's cool.
That, like, I've got a bowler hat there, and I've got a. I'll show you before you go. I've got a hat that's. It's a operatic hat, so it goes flat, and there's no many of them about, and that's in great condition.
I've got a paint on measle at the moment that I can't say too much about because it's a gift, but there's 2 bowler hats involved.
Oh, see, it's
at the same time.
And that lives above my desk because I like to just wear a different hat now and again.
Yeah, it's
but nobody's here.
And like I say, who's obviously, well, my very first painting was my stag that ended up being my business logo on here and on my card and stuff. That was like one of my first colourful paintings.
You've got some gift, Amanda. That's like...
I don't know if it's a gift, I just...
It's mad. So it's different for... Like, as I say in all podcasts, I'm not here to blow smoke up your backside.
Nah.
Like, you have a gift that's different. It's different to the art. It's different for my stuff. It's different for our artists. And that's a good thing in the world of art.
Yeah.
Especially the world of art like us. Because we respect it and we know the hard work that goes into it. And I think that's what people are losing. They're losing the fact is that I've yet to have as many clients who are like, I need that and I need it more. I've got ADHD, I'll do it. And I tell them, listen, you won't get it the same as what you think. You need to give me a couple of days and then I'll do it in that day. But anyway, it's like, you need to give the time for these things in order.
Even the mind frame.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, like you say, your brain can be all over the place, and then you're like, somebody gives you a deadline and you're like, I need to get this done. However, being in the right mind frame to get it done, especially because I do pet portraits as well, which are really, never thought I had a portrait in me though. And then one of my friends said he'd want to paint my dog, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go. Still in the depths of grief, probably a year after my mum died. And if I don't like it, I'll not show you it. And I did it, and I was like, where the heck did that come from?
You tried it.
Exactly.
Do you ever like me where you paint something and you're like, oh my God, man.
How did I do that?
And I'm sitting there like smiling to myself thinking, step away, step away.
But I like the solitude that it brought afterwards, coming out of employment and being on my own for a while. I really needed it. Obviously not my own entirely, but my husband was out to work all day, and like I say, probably, is it 2017? When we adopted the dogs, and I was like, and that gives me a reason to stop, stand up from my easel, go and walk the dogs, because I'm like hunched over a lot, and I do a lot in the community as far as, you know, I've gifted works for charities and things like that, and I just think, I mean, even doing little hugs, it was like little keyring hugs, just to hand in to the children's ward in hospital, because sometimes it's a horrible place to be, your child's not well, or, you know, and I just think it's just a little hug with a little stick person with a wee heart on it.
But the fact is that it might be the only gift they get. It might not be a virtue, it might not be a hug, but it's a message. And like I do wee cards, so that's how we're so similar. I've done just under 3,000 sitting in cafes, and I'm gaining away, not my grief, but I'm gaining away my anxiety, because I sit and just do it, because I'm constantly moving and I'm constantly stressed. Like, I haven't really moved because there's somebody with the same energy as me in the room, and it's weird how that works. But if you're out and I'm out in the public, I pull the wee hairs in my beard out because I'm like constant. Whereas if I paint, I'm fully engaged with you if I'm talking to you, and then I give them away. So it's like a hug. I like that.
It's just, I mean, that obviously we all went through the pandemic and stuff, and then the hugs were something that I did just to stand out to friends and family, because I was like, well, we're not supposed to see anyone, and although I enjoyed the solitude in a way, not having the choice was a bit different.
Have it taken away from you.
And then it was my husband said, these need to keep going, you know, because what a nice sentiment it is. And then I had an email from a lady in New Zealand and a lady in Germany to say, I've received one of your hugs in the post.
Brilliant.
And they just, because obviously my little sticker was on the back to say, this is mine, and it was one of their friends that had got it and sent it to them. And, and it was a hug across the world, you know.
You're connecting up. It's like these things we'll always find. It's like we can we can talk about the darkness and the horribleness of even that time with lockdown, but there's also the stuff that came after it. So like you sounds like somebody who we accept that that's happened, but you don't live there for too long.
No.
Artists can't do that. Creatives can't live there for too long because it robs tomorrow away from today.
Yeah, you're right.
So you wouldn't be able to create. And the stuff I like about yourself is it's bright, it's light. And I want to ask a question actually. I was cut myself off there. That's a new one. Stop cutting myself off. So, do you paint the eyes first? Because Ian's now got me painting the eyes first, and I'm like, I paint them last usually.
I paint the eyes first,
paint them
and
first.
particularly because straight away it gives it a character. You see their soul.
I now know
that. But always the eye, especially in a coup, it's the eyes and the nose.
Yes. I've painted some oblong coups before my time, like.
Yeah, but even on like the steampunk
Raven, I'm going to show
the eyes, because as soon as it's got an eye, it's got a personality.
Is this slate?
Yeah, slate. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Look at that.
Piece of slate.
Oh,
It's hard to see.
try to find the camera.
camera.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, but the black's good for a background. I don't know how much you've done yourself.
Black's
black.
my go-to.
Now, because you can use the
They're so
negative
similar.
space. You don't have to fill the whole canvas like you would with something like that one, or the one that's really high that's down here.
I'll show you some, like, when we finish. I paint the canvas black. I'm a massive fan of it. That's the darkness that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, even when I first started, painting big cockerels on black canvases was my thing.
But that's a negative space, but you're
Yeah.
filling it with something positive.
And it was
all those
always
bright.
bright. And that's
Yeah.
when I first started doing it, I think I found your stuff maybe a couple of years ago after a few markets. It's nice to see other artists that use the bright. Like, I'm colourblind, but I never noticed that I only use 10 or 12 colours.
Okay.
And I buy palettes of 120 colours, and I only use that.
Yeah.
But then this energy that we're talking about that goes around the world, one of the other artists only uses the ones on the other side.
Yeah.
So I've
It
got all
balances
these.
out.
I've got all these. But I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's if you
I
put
do.
enough stuff out into the world, man, people start coming to you. And I don't know if it's the same for you. And I try and get as much as I can. But remember, when you're a small business and people are asking you for stuff, it's like,
Oh, it's hard to say no.
because in your mind, like, this is just for me, you're like, man, I never contributed, and if it's for a charity, you do feel obliged, but just remember, man, that, like, and I'm going to put it out there, like, when we do stuff, give feedback. I want to know who that original paintings went to. I want to know, not so much how much it made, I want to know how it made them feel, man.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, if you've taken something even for Amanda, message back and go, this is what that done, this is what made them feel great. Because we don't get to see the people, the reaction.
Yeah. You're right. And it's not that you need that accolade, because I feel like you totally don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be given to charity, for
100%.
things for free all the time. You would, but I've been now learned to be selective in charities that are either close to my heart or very small.
Because you're the boss.
Very small and local
Yeah.
charities that you know that somebody's going to benefit in your near community. I feel that's become more important.
But it's hard, it's like, because it's the big businesses will probably just know it, email back. Whereas we're small businesses who have been built up
From
with
nothing.
care, fake care, and like, we're protective of what we've got. So when you come and you take a bit of work for us, it's like, just remember, it's a small business that's been built up, like everything
But
you
it's
just
part
said.
of your soul, like
Exactly,
you
it is,
said. And we've been in a position, both of us, to be broken into absolute pieces, to rebuild yourself, which your art then becomes part of that rebuild. So even if I stopped my business tomorrow, I know I've never failed, because I tried so hard to get it to where it is.
You sound so like me.
But
It's
I'll
as if we
never
just
stop
swap
painting.
bodies.
So
Swap
funny.
bodies,
That's
isn't
an interesting.
We had a birthday party on Saturday and we turned 5 years old, and I normally do speeches, but I get emotional.
Yeah.
So I never done a big speech, but I did say, see if it becomes about money, I will step down and I will step away from this, but I will step away a hero for myself.
Exactly.
Because I've already achieved far more than I set out to achieve.
You've done absolutely
I only wanted to paint to prove to my mum, and that was the real, we'll just be honest, to prove that, I'm getting sober, I'm getting this, and now I'm painting, and then it's like, hold on, now I'm doing other stuff, and I'm like, 5 years in, So I said to the team, and that's what I said, you know, if I feel that it wasn't for me tomorrow, then I was going to say I'll die a happy man. I will die a happy man, but not tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean.
I've fulfilled a lot of things, and we've helped a lot of people as well, and that's the byproduct of what I didn't know being an artist could be, or a creative, sorry, is the amount of people that are genuine, they do need the help, because you're always just that wee tiny bit further forward than them. Hence why we've not even touched on any of the stuff that I thought to myself we were going to talk about, because this is how it should be, to be genuinely somebody who, one, cares what they like to do, isn't scared of telling the world about how you got here, and also isn't scared to embrace what's to come. People don't get that.
I don't know. You don't really know what's coming, because I think for you, maybe we're on parallel paths, and you've done a lot more in 5 years than I have in the 8 years. However, I don't need it to be any bigger or any further forward at this moment in time. I feel I'm comfortable where I am with it. Yes, get stressed at times coming up to this time of year, because I'm producing calendars and Christmas cards and things that obviously do bring a bit of income. And I totally appreciate, like I put it on my posts a lot, and I say a big thanks if I've been at a venue, or even if I've not sold a lot, you know, I've made a connection, I've made a little stamp on somebody's life that's been a bit positive. And I remember being over at Kelso at the Cross Keys at the Good Market.
Oh, I crossed there.
Was it last month or the month before, and a couple there that I'd never met, and she makes sheepskin and spins her own yarn and stuff like that, and I was just intrigued, and she was her husband and they bought something from me, and they were just like, you brought so much laughter and joy to the room today, and I was like, because life's hard enough. So if I can bring a wee bit of light to, like you say, the colours in my art, or probably the humour, is I bring a bit of humour, because that's the way.
I think you bring a bit of honesty. Honesty.
Yeah.
Somebody who's honest doesn't need to be funny.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, when you're honest, it's genuine.
Yeah, and I add a bit of quirkiness, and like I say,
you should be proud of this stuff, man. After I've spoke about you, we've got a wee WhatsApp room, and I'm like, oh, I've got Amanda coming on, and I've seen these, because I share a lot of people's work, and I say don't copy it. I say this, I'm just showing you because this is another artist who's out there, and she's got the colour, and everything works. It's like in the art one, again, I'm only saying this because I've only got myself to go up against. In the art world, it used to be that the colours that you would use, or the colours I would use, would be a negative, because folk would be like, really, that doesn't work. And you're like, when you first start out, you're like, it does get inside your head, and you're like,
but do you need to conform in the art world?
No, not now. You don't. Is once you're a wee bit further along, and you start, your people are your people. Your tribe will come round about you that want to support you and want to do that. And I'm glad you said that
it's for breaking the rules sometimes as well. I think I hate being pigeonholed and stuck in that wee box. So I just think, break the rules. What's going to happen? It's either going to be rubbish or somebody's going to love it. Yeah. And if it's yourself, then that's a bonus.
If you love it, you put it out into the world.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, you're stronger than me. I mean, you said there that I'm further along. I don't think so. You're stronger than me. You go to the markets, and we lose money by me not going and doing that. And the reason why is, I'm a neurodivergent who feels the energy in the rooms. I feel when people come and they turn their nose up, and I feel when I can't cope with that. I can't cope with that.
I've had people stand in front of my stall and basically talk about my art like it's the worst thing they've ever seen.
No.
To people, like I'm not even there, and I'm just. And the first time I took it was like a punch to the stomach, because I was a bit like, I'm putting myself out there. Oh my goodness, what And then I went home and I thought, it's not for everybody. Just you know what? Sometimes, and the right person comes at the right time for the right piece of art. And I just feel if I'm taking something several times to a market and it doesn't sell, I think, right, why is it not selling? And then you get inside your head, and then I'm just like, 100%. Next one I take it and it's gone. And you're just like, well, somebody wanted it in the right time, and you have to put that trust in yourself that your art is, yes, I love it, not everybody will love it, and I'm okay with that. So,
I think further along the line you get that, like I had a lot of negativity at the beginning, and again, I'm going to say this, I'm alright with that, because you've opened the door, and the people who were negative and horrible, you made it. You made it more than what it was by doing that. So
Yeah.
that's what it's led me on to by going,
But having the closed doors.
exactly.
You
Open up
opened
your
your
own
own.
doors. That's it.
That's amazing.
Created our own world.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, and I never give the names out. I was getting excited there. Like, I write kids' books, but it's because I didn't. I gave myself permission. What else can I do? And I just kept on going. And I'm going to tell you because I always tell people, see all you horrible people that are just mind sweeping on my podcast and on my page. These are in nae books. I put them in there. I put them in there. And I'm not going to tell you who's who and who's what, but I know who the human version is.
Characters.
So be careful when you talk to artists like us, because you'll be put in books. I've immortalised you.
It's amazing though. But then they don't know who they are, so you're not giving them a credit.
I'll write it in my will so that when I'm pan breed, somebody will be like, was that me? And that's one thing that I always, and that's why your coups are so, you're so character. And you know, I'll say it on the camera and in that way, I am in the process of, with my team, going up to Ayrshire, Arran, Oban, and we have opened it up. I've finished my collection of books a wee bit earlier than I wanted, but now we are taking them on tour and I'm going to write on the spot with people with ideas. It went viral on TikTok.
Alright.
And I would love for you to come on and create a character with me. And it'll go inside the book. If you're up for it.
I don't know.
What we do is, so this idea, this part is that it's not my book, it's the people's book.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you more when we finish, but it's about God, we're going to these places. God, just the idea came to me and I put it out there and it went viral. And people are like, oh, that'd be great. And I was like, alright, let's get 4 days consecutive. Yeah. And we'll go to Ayrshire and we'll get all that, And then I'm going to get a collective of artists and people and we're going to come up with the characters that these people have created. Okay. And then we'll just put them inside the book. And I'm going to get, so basically, they go from 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional inside a book. Yeah. And immortalised. Yeah. But it's not my book. I'll be writing it in my style. Yeah. But it'll be everybody's ideas. And I've so hard noticed that writing. I'm like, you see I've got 10 whiteboards all over the place. Yeah. And it's like, I have all the ideas, but they're not my ideas until somebody puts them in. So I'll show you behind it. You don't need to agree now, but put it in there and hopefully this book will be for everybody and everybody will get a mention in it. And
sounds cool, but...
So it's exciting. We always try and do... it should always be complimenting people along your journey is what I was trying to say earlier. I always go back and say, you know, like there's characters inside the books or those paintings I've done and I'm like, you did that? Like I'll show there's a dress outside with bees on it and now we do the bees in the bag. Yeah. Be the photographer who was on the show and I'm like, you're going to inspire something, I'm going to message you tomorrow. And I messaged them and said, I've just painted a bee on this vintage dress I bought and you inspired that. I'm always trying to pay it forward in that way by, if I'm inspired, I don't hear a lot of artists complimenting the people who have inspired what they've created. Yeah. And I find that's something that I want to have a shot at doing so everybody gets involved. Whether it be kids, adults, well, I've got loads of ideas, you've no idea.
I can imagine.
Pandora's box inside here. But
you can tell though because of all the variation and the stuff that you have done up until this point. You know,
every day's different.
And like you say, it's just taking the leap
of
into
faith.
something.
But it's like same with yourself, like who else randomly messages somebody and it was my personal page, so it wasn't as if it was a business. Yeah. And then just takes a leap of faith and goes, aye, that'd be great.
And I was a bit like, why me?
Because you have a talent that's humble enough to put stuff out there. But I know if you're a lot like me that there's a bit where we keep for ourselves. There's that wee locked away part that we have to keep for ourselves. But sometimes it cracks it. Yeah. Like you put a message on Jack's when he put his wee post on about his podcast. After I had invited you on, I went on and I was like, oh, and then you had messaged him. Yeah. And it's like that you're the right person to be sitting on the couch today.
For what he's doing in the community is really inspiring as well, isn't it? So yeah, you're saying it's gambling, but it's the same because he's got a competition, an art competition at the moment, so I've submitted a piece onto that, which he had on his page, and only because I was just like, I've got an idea.
Aye.
You know,
if you don't fulfil the ideas, like he's inspired you to do that.
Tomato soup and his Empire biscuits and.
I seen it. I like it. Like, as soon as somebody's on my radar again, I'm like, I literally go. It's probably part of my neurodivergence. I go everywhere, and The algorithm, I'm fortunate because I'm constant on my phone, will bring me to you.
Right.
And I see that as another way, oh, that is the right person.
The social media side though is, for me, is
It's a minefield,
destroys my soul.
Because it takes you away from your creativeness.
Yeah, it's just like, ugh.
But like, I'm cheating here because you're on my couch, you're on the podcast, and I know, even although I have hundreds of projects over there, that I'm going to start something as soon as you leave.
Right.
Because I know that even the way I'm talking, I go, if I'm up and down and up and down,
Yeah.
that means I'm also thinking about stuff. And for me, that's the gift that I've got, the part for me to go away and the company's motto is inspire to be inspired for that reason.
Yeah.
Because if somebody comes on and inspires me, then, and people don't know to come up the stairs, because I'll just be full on. Or I'll cheat and I'll go on TikTok and I'll show everybody, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I've not showed them yet, I need to stop, but I get excited. That part as a kid growing up that I didn't know what to do with. It can be neurodivergent, it can be whatever, but I didn't know what to do with. I now know, thanks to people like yourself, what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Within the 24 hours.
Yeah.
But a lot of folk don't get that. A lot of people don't understand.
Our biggest commodity is the time and how we use it, isn't it? Really, when it comes down to having your life experiences that you have, and for whatever reasons you have them at that point in your life, then time is the biggest gift you can give to anything.
Of course it is.
So using it wisely or unwisely, depending, because you do have to have times where it's just like chill.
It does actually.
But like when you work for yourself and it's building you, because everything about my art is me, and I hide behind it a little bit. I'm comfortable with being just the person who paints. I'm no bothered about the persona in a sense. I am, because I'm genuine and I want people to see what can be done, and it's not just for me. And the amount of messages that people do send to say, you painted my dog who died last year, and every time I see the painting, it brings back memories of them. And
immortalised them. Immortalised their pet as a family member, and that's something that you never really think that's associated with creative, but it is. It's the same as if somebody, if you gave, like today you gave the time, that's important. Time is the most important thing to have.
Definitely. And like you say, use it wisely and use it around the people who lift you up and will drag you down.
that brings me on to another thing then, like, so for my first couple of years, like, properly, I didn't understand what you've just said there, because it was just me, and I was solo, and my business is me, and I'm the business, and a lot of people taking my time, only the right people, and that really is,
that would drain you.
It drains you, and you're unable to paint, you're unable to do, that off the cuff.
Just functioning.
Aye, the off the cuff painting where sitting there and you're happy, and the stuff we just spoke about, it was all taken away. And nobody should have that power to be able to do that. Yeah. But in this world, I'm afraid they do.
The whole lesson or a blessing, isn't it? The people that you meet.
Exactly, yeah. My pal says, is it God or is it odd? So it's like, and that's the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
But we're here on the couch. I have so many ideas, but it's not about me. I'd always do all the talking, but it's about appreciating people like yourself who are out there fighting the fight, and you don't know how much what you've said has really not only resonated, but it's answered a lot of questions for me.
Oh, really?
Because I sometimes have that solitude of, is that really happening because I need to do that, or I have to do that? Is that really gone to fruition? When there's somebody else in the exact same position who's just told the exact same thing, and if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying. It's like, and that for me is the key pinnacle moment. That's the pyramid of this interview for me, and that's selfish because it's not my interview. But if I don't address it, then am I really doing what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
Do you know? Does that make sense?
I think we're just learning. To think that you stop learning because you're a certain age or you're in a certain part of your life or on a certain path, we're always learning, and I think we'd be foolish not to think that.
And you're only a wee tiny step in front of somebody else.
Yeah. Hence,
back to the Imagination Station network.
And the weird thing is, if I'd seen you any markets, because you saying you struggled with with crowds or with the negative feedback that you obviously had in the beginning, when I see someone now and they tell me, if they're beside me on a stall and this is my first event, and I'll just say, I know what it's like, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And just giving them that little bit of encouragement, even if it's just a few words to say, you'll be fine. You didn't sell anything, you feel it's soul destroying.
Yeah, you do.
And you do. No matter how long you've been doing it, you just think, is this just? And then you got to think, well, is it not the right place? Is it not the right time?
Is it me? It was constantly always
you always think, like you say, overthink it.
I went in, I can't remember what one it was, and you were there, and I gave all the stuff away. I gave it away. I used that as like.
Oh really?
I really hit the para button.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have an awful lot of stuff there, maybe 10, 20 prints and other bits, and I just went around handing them to folk.
Where was that?
I can't mind. This was, when I first started.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere. We've done Alnwick? No, so it's no Alnwick. Further in this side, I've been to Kelso, done the square.
Coldstream, I was in Coldstream. I've done Berwick, but that was at the Conundrum.
I think I've done Conundrum first. I done that when I first started.
Right.
My first couple of years. Could have been Conundrum Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. As well as the farmers' meetings and stuff.
Yeah, it's changed hands, like there's somebody else running it now, so I did it again last month, so it was really busy.
Well, here's a shout, drop us a message, and me and the team, we're always looking to, don't know if you're on TikTok? No. So we do like reviews and stuff, man.
I'm a wee bit old.
I am only just new to it, man, that's another minefield.
No.
But we've got like company places.
It's trying to keep it control in a way that I can control, you know, because you can get overwhelmed.
Of course you get, that's
totally.
the exact.
Not just with the social media, but like you say, I'm the type of person, if I've got 10 paintings that are in the process, and then I get people saying, how long does it take to do it? In the beginning, you know, when it was all like I had to see how long it took to see how much it was worth. Now it's no, I value it for however long it takes.
Exactly.
That's how long it takes.
And
because it's my time.
Everybody's different, man, but I like that. Again, you just gave me the answer to what something else I was going to ask you. How do you price your stuff? But again,
that's still
tough,
the
man.
hardest part.
And I guess that's the.
But being realistic,
Mm-hmm.
we live in a low paid area.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in me trying to make a living from art and having 1,000 pieces of art stuck in my house that I can't sell.
Yeah.
So being realistic, yes, I can inflate my prices here and there when I need to, and not in a way to rip anyone off, because I would hate.
Or outprice yourself.
I would hate to think that would be my legacy, if you know what I mean. I never want to rip anybody off. I mean, like you say, I give people things for nothing.
It's worth as much as your time.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get that, but you gave me
pricing.
the answer. Pricing's tough, man.
There's no exact formula, James. No. Definitely not.
And it's weird because we had somebody when I first started, maybe 2 and a bit year in, and I'm laughing now because I've processed it. They hit me with, you need a business plan, and I was like, pull the plug, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I
was told that in the beginning as well. And then
Business Gateway it was as well.
Yeah, spoke to a careers person, and they said, why don't you combine your qualifications for working with children with the art? And then realised that Scottish Borders Council had no art therapy jobs there, because I could have pegged on to the qualifications I had and maybe done a year or 2 to get like a degree in that.
Yeah.
And then the lady in the office went, but if you want to just do art as a business, you don't need a degree. So that was my opening.
Good for you, man.
That was my, you know what, I'll just do it.
You can't put a price on a knowledge that you already have, and you're the type of person who has. So like I, all the way through this interview, I've been normally I go to the camera and I do wee bits, but I've been focused because you have an aura of you that people are drawn to you, or kids or adults, because you're honest with your knowledge and you're honest with your time, and that's all you've said through this. And people will be, you can't put a price on that.
But it's giving out what you want in return, and I've been in places in life where people haven't been my people, like you've said yourself. And you know, when you tune into yourself and how you're feeling when you leave that person or a group of people, and you think, that's for me, or no, that's not for me. And I think that's the biggest lessons we find out in life is generally what we don't want, rather than what we actually do. So I just feel like I'm chipping away at something I really love to do. People may like it, people may not, people may try to replicate it, but it's never got a part of me
It wasn't you that painted it. Yeah.
So,
and I used to get hung up on a lot of that stuff because I painted Mickey Mouse and got my backside scalped for it. Some other artist phoned the copyright police on me.
Oh, did they?
And they phoned, and I was like, I genuinely didn't know. I'm just new to all this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and I painted two Gruffalo paintings for it, and it was for a charity. And I now know it because I shouldn't have been doing it. I wasn't selling it, I was raffling
You're
it.
not making a profit from it.
Aye, so I was like, and I was really cut up. That really cost me like 6 months because the person who'd phoned had said the other artist's name, and I hate knowing that it's somebody. And I was like, what? But then I went and started painting again my most authentic, my paintings, so they done me a favour. Yeah. But when it was for a charity.
But like when you're starting out, I mean, as a kid, I used to draw like the Munch Bunch and things like that, but it's for yourself, it's not for anything. And like you say, you were doing it for a good reason. You weren't doing it for any.
It wasn't for me, I wasn't making any money.
It wasn't for selling or making
a profit. Here's the funny part. So when Mickey Mouse went into the domain, the public domain, I painted 10 custom pair of Mickey Mouse trainers and sold them. And then Winnie the Pooh came next and I done them too. And I was like, it was a personal win for me, but it was, if I had,
it's crazy how, like you say, you take
a lot of jealousy is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. There's a lot of jealousy in the art world. That's what I was trying to say.
It's like that in the real world too, though.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, and you know, if you put a negative post on, which I try not to do, but if you put something on because something's made you feel a certain way that day, it gets more traction in social media than all your positive stuff. And I just think, you know what, last week I did this painting that I absolutely love. It might not be amazing, but I love it, and hardly anybody sees it. And you're just like, okay. But try not to rate yourself by that, because the world of social media is no real. Sitting, talking to someone who's had similar experiences in life and having heartbreak, being able to build yourself into what you're doing, and I feel like you're miles way ahead of anything I'm doing.
I'll explain that when we're finished.
But for me, I need to keep things within my control to a certain degree, and remember that I'm doing it all myself. Every single aspect of Amanda Hartman Creations is me, apart from when my husband's outside sanding pieces of wood because I paint on tables.
Like Barry, you're hired. We're coming to get you. Get that apron out.
Well, I've got the Kumobile outside, if you know.
Oh, I need to come and see it.
Come and see my Kumobile. My husband's wrapped it, and it's got some of my art on it.
Is that what he does?
He works for it. Yeah, he works for like a sign making.
Brilliant.
Firmans. He took the leap of faith out of being in the textile industry for 28 years.
Wow.
And 2 years ago decided had enough.
So you're leading for the front.
So he's basically saying, you know, not to worry about. I mean, I seen him the sleepless nights, the stress about taking a leap of faith, starting, and he calls himself the world's oldest apprentice now.
I like that, Barry.
He's only in his 50s, but you know, but giving each other that support to be able to realise, you know what, everything's not about money.
No.
We're no showy people. We didn't need anything other than what we're giving out to the world and what we give each other. And
good for you, man. There's not an awful lot of people. I know there is, but they're hiding, which is obviously why we're on the couch talking a podcast about creatives, because we want to get them from behind the couches.
But I've been behind the couch for a long time as well, only because, like you say, it's your suit of armour. And
you've got to protect yourself, man.
Absolutely. I've got a wee thing for you. Is that what you got to say?
Is it a picture of Barry with his apron
on? No.
It's going up on the wall, Barry.
I forgot about that because we've just been chatting, so
you've trapped a wee coup.
My little
thanks very much.
Created for you.
This is the rehearsed. I've also got a bag down there for you.
Oh really? I've just knocked that painting over. Sorry.
Oh, that's brilliant.
There you go. Oh, this is for me.
Yeah. That is
That's
epic.
So kind.
I think that'll go up there actually.
It's just something that I did to, you know,
thanks
because as soon as you emailed me, I was like, I need to do something about a podcast.
Look at that. Everybody who knows I love coups.
You see the wee title in the back though?
Aye, Imagination Station Network. Thanks very much, Amanda. Everybody knows I love coups as well.
Look on the back though, it's got its wee card. Authenticity. Look what it's called. Communications. I'm stealing that. I'm going to do a coup now. I'm all joking. That's epic. Thanks very much, man. You're very welcome.
I love it, man. Like you're meant to be the first artist to come on.
Oh really?
I'm going to put that up there.
Even when you get to my age, there's a first for everything, eh?
That is epic. I must admit, man, I do love your coups. They're
unique.
Like they put the eyes on it. Like I'm saying, that's why I asked the question. Because
even when I do pet portraits, the eyes have to be first. I don't know what is that, because I'm so connected to
Ian said that as well, that you have to do the eyes first.
Yeah.
I'll put that there. That is epic. Thanks very much, Amanda.
Oh, you're very welcome.
What's the other one?
Just a wee gesture.
What's the other one that was there? There was a pink one.
Oh, this one.
Aye.
This one. This is one of my very, very first Highland coos. He's called Mackay. So I'm a wee thistle. I used to try and put a thistle in most things. But now when I look at that and then I look at this being my most recent one, I can see the progress.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even the dark with the light.
Yeah.
That's, I must admit, I love the...
Yeah.
If I was to choose the dark with the light, it would be between they two.
Yeah.
Just that's my form of
But I think from the beginning I was trying to find more light in my work because I was in a dark mind space.
Yeah.
After losing my mum, so now I'm no scared to have the dark colour. You know, it's all representative of us, isn't it? When you paint something,
because it's you,
and you pick a colour because probably unconsciously the mood you're in that day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so yeah,
that's
one of the first ones. And like I say, I think when I think back now and not knowing at the time, I was needing the colour in my life because there was so much heaviness.
I'm all about
grief
colour.
is so heavy.
I am all about colour, so if there's anybody in this world that knows about colour and how it affects you, like I wear bright colours because it calms my version of neurodivergence, but I also know that you'll remember me.
Yeah.
And words are my thing as well, words and colours.
Mm-hmm. So have you done any art projects that have just been based on colour alone? Like, you know, you've done certain amounts of art that's just like, that's my orange ones and that's my blue ones, have you?
Yeah, I've done...
I've yet to see them then.
I've done...
I'll have to reload it.
I've done, like at the beginning, I've done big cockerels, and the one yellow, the yellow top, and then it was blue, and they became characters. That's why I was asking you, because I think that your stuff's brilliant to be a character in a book. It would be amazing. And
I've got an idea for that.
North, East, South and West I called them, and they became characters in the second and the third book.
Yeah.
Aye. And again, writing, I didn't know I could do that until I did it.
Yeah.
So it brings me on to just take a risk, man. I'm not going to have her on the now. But I'm always talking about taking the risk factor. If Amanda never took the risk, you're happy with what you do, and that's a nice thing to see,
it's
man.
having just joy, you know. Yeah, money and all that materialistic stuff can bring certain things in life, but you miss out on other things that are so important to you. And I feel like, if I'm being absolutely honest, my art brings me riches in many other ways.
I can see that.
Many other ways. I'm just so lucky that I've had the support in my family, my husband, friends that supported me in the beginning to say, you know, they would come and buy something off me, and just to give you that little boost to say, yeah, I'm doing the right thing.
You need that though. Like we're no different.
We're human.
Exactly, we need that. And I always used to ask, like, is that going in the back of a cupboard? Because if it's going in the back of the cupboard, I'll just take your money.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not selfish. I just don't want the art that you've poured your life into to go in a cupboard.
You're right.
Because that makes us sad. I feel as if we could just sit here and talk all day. None of the interview is even... That's what I like, see, when it's so transparent that two people can sit on a couch and find out that they have so much in common. And
that's when your plan goes awry.
Aye, that's why I never plan.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen the whiteboard.
I used to be one of life's planners, and then like you have a sudden loss in life that's huge, and you just think, I'm not planning beyond tomorrow. I don't know what. It's no guaranteed.
It's like,
and now I'm just like, let's wing it.
Too many things in the diary has an effect on your creativeness, and it's funny though, because that's exactly where I am right now, and you've helped nudge me onto that platform on the edge of going, just jump, James, because I've spent a lot of time, because I love the podcast and I love inviting amazing people to showcase not only your talent but your amazing knowledge, and that other people are like me. In that sense, whereas that's had to have a sacrifice of my art and the other stuff, whereas yesterday I messaged everybody and I was like, this is it, and if everybody knows the messages that I send, I'm like, that's it, I'm coming in and I'm going to go and paint, and that's me. I don't lose any bit of me by doing other stuff, because my creativeness comes through talking, words written, but I truly
it spans different areas, that's the thing,
I've
and
not
you've
learned-
allowed it to do that
Yeah.
in a way that you're comfortable with, and that's all you can ask,
I've
isn't
not
it?
learned anything. It used to be I learned something each day,
Mhm.
and I haven't done that for a while.
Okay.
So it's like today I've learned something sitting here, and I'm going to go and put it into practice.
Okay.
And I think for me that's the way that I'll continue to do it and grow.
Yeah.
I'm all about growth.
But I was like in the headspace when he messaged me and saying, I said to my husband, this is a random message, isn't it? Do you think you should just do it? And he's like, what's the harm?
James
in doing it?"
Alexander Random.
And I'm just like,
Gaffney.
random message coming on a podcast, and he's like, just see it as speaking, you're just one on one. Because I've been asked several times to go to like school seminars and I can't do that public speaking. It just freaks me out.
I'm still like that, but I know like if I put in my mind that the kids are the people who are going to get that, that I push past it. But I am terrified.
Yeah.
It's like people just assume that you're that confident on the outside, but on the inside I'm a quivering mess. Hence why I'm painting animals and I'm painting stuff that are a representation to me. And I'm
writing stories about people we've met and people who've not been so nice to you. And that's an inspiration.
They've served the purpose, they've served their part on it.
You're right. It's crazy where the world takes us, and I do believe like we've definitely got similar thought processes and connections about things we've experienced in life and things we believe in moving forward. And
creatives come and like I'm all about the journey joining. Like when we join this journey, it's right that we compliment each other. Like I find it hard. You notice I kind of bat them back straight away because I struggle with compliments. But that's just a part of me and I'm working with. But
I'm saying that compliments thing. If we went to an art fair or wherever, I select them as well, knowing if I've got a repeat customer, because I just think that's a kind of safe space in a way. Because when you put yourself into something completely new and you do it again and again and again as a creative, you can overwhelm yourself a little bit. And I just think if I get to the point where I'm like, I can't do it, I'll just no do it, because life's far too short to be scared of something, but then also to be brave enough. So it's getting the balance right, isn't it?
And I don't think we'll ever truly get that whole balance, because
nobody does.
That's outside the comfort zone where everything grows, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's back to that again.
That's why I says to you, it's out of my comfort zone doing something like this.
You've done it, and
there's a first for everything, isn't there?
The fact is that you have an amazing version of your gift that you don't see, but I see it, and that's why I have people like yourself come on, and in my top 10, I have a top 10, and there's a reason for that, and I keep that to myself. But the top 10 are people who have inspired me on my journey.
That makes me really humble, but like I say, if I can make somebody do something, act something, change something, or the way they're thinking about anything that they're doing in their life, if it brings something positive to them, because I know how hard it is when you're in the depths of despair to be able to pull yourself out. So if you've got someone that just has that little, even a spark or something that changes your day.
We call them TNTs, tiny noticeable things, wee tiny explosions that lead to something else.
It's just the spark, isn't it? You could be walking down the street and for some reason, I mean, I can tell you your story about meeting Sam, the artist.
Art by Sam? That's weird. I was going to say to you, like, there's a couple of your paintings that were kind of similar.
It's weird. I only met Sam.
Yeah, another good egg one.
Where were we? Corncliffe. A couple of weeks back when we shared the marquee, and the weird thing is she was chatting away to me and she told me about her dog called Noodle.
That's right, we Noodle, and she's got a cat as well.
Well, I dreamt literally about a month earlier about a dog called Noodle, and I said to my husband, I'm either going to meet a dog called Noodle or we're going to get a dog called Noodle. And when Sam was telling the story, I just went,
that's brilliant.
Like that, and she's like, what? Well, she's just lost Noodle as well, and I was like, you see that connection with how the heck was that happening? And then we chatted about, like I say, things like that meant so much in her creative story and where she is now in her life, and you just think, and I was so inspired by that.
She is she's on some journey. I think we had Sam to come on the pilot, but she's busy as well, and that's nice to see that an artist is busy. That's another thing with yourself. I like seeing the busyness, because it means that there is still a purpose out there for the art world and for creatives and the ones that have yet to come in. As long if we do, see as a creative, if we do our job properly, the ones that are to come from behind the couch and come forward, as long as we're leaving marks in the snow for them to see how they get there, we're doing our jobs, right? And that's what you've just sat on the couch and said today. And it's inspiring, and complimenting other artists as well is part of the journey. So we've not got any more time, man.
No.
I can sit here all day and talk to you, and
Yeah.
please don't be a stranger. Come here, and it'd be good for you to meet some of the other team here as well, man, and just see exactly what it is, what we're up to.
It's amazing to see what you've built in such a short time. It's really
and
good.
it is a very short time. I think
Yeah.
we've only been here 7 months in this, so it took the length of time that it needed to take.
Yeah.
And that's for somebody with ADHD, that once thing's done, they do.
Yeah.
But I have to have made all the mistakes in order to come here, and now I can use my mistakes as a stepping stone, so that others may not ever make the mistakes, but try not
That's
to make
where we learn the most, though, isn't it? When you make a mistake, or you have a
100%.
failure, or you have someone treat you badly.
Failure's just part of the next stage, isn't it?
And like when I was growing up as a kid, failure was not an option in a way, and I was scared of it. Whereas now I'm just like,
Fear itself is part of the journey.
Yeah.
So we're not finished yet. So I would ask, let me pick that up because I've dropped it. I would ask if you can, put your hand inside my wee woman's head, and I will take the bit of paper or the wee notepad that I sat last night going through it. So you give me the wee bit of paper.
This?
You give me that one.
Okay.
And you take the head out. That's you. What number you got? 6.
6?
Right.
Is it 6? Yeah.
And then we'll complete that now.
Okay.
So Alexa, volume 6. Alexa, volume 6. Right, you ready? Alexa, pick me a random number between 1 and 10.
Good morning, James.
Go to
This
Morgan.
might answer your question.
Hope so.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 3.
So number 3 was Adam McKenna. So Adam McKenna, we will be in touch. We have managed to secure a wee place with Ian James Cowan, our artist, and he will be painting a portrait for you. So
amazing.
we will be in touch for
That's
Adam.
amazing.
Thanks for drawing the last
No
bit.
worries.
That's your wee mouse. And off the camera, I'm going to tell you a wee bit more about them.
Okay.
Alright?
Thank
But
you
Amanda,
very much, James.
I really mean it. Thank you very much for your time. You've came on here as a guest, but you're leaving as a friend and part of your network.
Well,
And it's you're important to what we've got to come as well. I'll explain a wee bit when we go.
Okay.
But remember, guys, if you want to support Amanda, I'm going to use Amanda as well. You got a website?
Yes. manhattancreations.co.uk.
Get across and see Amanda's stuff. And then when you're finished there, go along to jagar82.com. And I always say this, there'll be something there for your mum, your gram, your mother, your brother, your sister. Get across there. This is how us artists survive and how we can come on and do these things. And remember, Amanda's no paid to come on here and go on the show. Neither are any of the other guests. So if you can go across and you can support them, that's how we get to do these stuff. And I've finished, I've completed my 10. I've just realised that I've completed the 10, my top 10.
Oh,
So,
really?
my top 10, and I'll explain what I'm up to off the camera, because remember, if you haven't heard your story yet, please bear with us, man. I am 99.9% sure that your inspiring story is still to come. And when you do, reach out and let us know. That's it. Thanks very much, Amanda.
Thank you very much for having me.
Really, you made my day. I don't often, like when I get gifts, you notice I go dead quiet. I get dead emotional because it's a part of your journey's joined mine. So,
but I knew, like you said, that you inspired me. As soon as I was like, oh, I need to take some.
that's epic. I can't wait to show after the team and say, listen, I got a new coup in the house.
Just
So,
for you.
Thank you very much. And listen, I'm going to leave it on this one. I always say this, but we're sick of hearing it, but just do it. If you're sitting in the house and you're wondering what to do with your day, go outside and stand outside and take in that breath of air. And that's you're living, man. You get 24 hours in the day. You get the same as me. Just try and do something with it that you've not done before. And that's it. Thanks very
Good
much.
advice. Thank you very much.
See you later, guys.
Bye.